All right, we are live. This is the Flame episode 3 with your host Jeremy as in He Culture with my two newest members of my team, Raphael and Adrian. What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's
Hello,
up? What's
man.
up? I'm chilling. I'm doing great.
Excited to be a part of the team.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm glad to know that we're all doing okay, but unfortunately the Heat are not because right now we currently sit at 7 of 11. 7-11, we're 12th place, which is definitely not where we're expected to be.
At
We
all.
just came
Not at
off
all.
of a 4 game road loss and overall a 7 game road losing streak. So, biggest thoughts so far on this rough start for the season?
You want to go first, Rafa?
Yeah, you go first.
Go ahead.
Oh, I honestly, speaking of going first, I just don't know where to start because, like, as a team, like, we're playing, well, sometimes, half the time, we play Miami Heat basketball. It's just, like, the threes aren't going in. People don't want to actually play defense. We're leaving too many people open. Like, I wish I could tell you what's going on. Like, when we win, except for those two losses where we had to have back-to-back game winners. But like when we win, we win. Like it's good. Like I can tell from start to finish, we're doing great playing Heat basketball. But in our losses, we literally look terrible. Every loss we've had this season, we started off good in the first half. We've been doing good, except for I'm pretty sure we were losing against the Pacers in the first half. But other than that, like we were doing great. And as soon as halftime comes, we decide to poop the bucket, and it all becomes bad. I cannot stand it. Like even last night, I tried to stop myself from turning the game back on after the halftime. I did it anyways, and I got burned once again.
How
Yeah,
about
it
you,
seems
Raphael?
like it it seems like something that always happened that third quarter, right? Like what is going on there? I don't know if we lose focus or something, but we were playing so. I mean, an amazing basketball game before that. Threes were falling. Joey's running the fast break, finding screws and everything. And I was like, um, hoping like they could maintain that pace. And obviously, that was a back-to-back game, and I was thinking, let's hope the fatigue factor doesn't kick in because you know how that works. But basically, I don't know. Obviously, the Timberwolves weren't making 3 pointers in the first half. Part of it could be because of the defense and also like a bad, I don't know, bad start. But
Right.
one could hope that I mean, you know, this game is about runs. They were going to start making threes at some point, and oh god, they started because Anthony Edwards got on fire. Um, and after that, it was like it was
Like a
a really
snowball.
big run for the
Right.
Timberwolves, and we couldn't. I mean, we got back at some point, but then at the end we just ran out of gas and taking bad shots. Basically, Max was. It looks he looks tired and he was making bad decisions. I don't know if
And
it is because of the role that he's taking right now with all the injuries. He's doing things that he didn't have to do before, so that could
right,
probably be.
right. I mean, the few things I noticed on this road trip was because again we had no Butler, we had no Hero, we had no Depot, and Robinson was like in and out. Robinson hurt his hand by putting on his jersey on. I can't believe that's actually
No, no, no,
a
no,
real
no.
injury.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. There's something going on behind the scenes. Because what do you mean he heard it? Duncan
I don't.
Robinson, I'm probably the biggest Miami Heat Duncan Robinson Heat fan. There's no way he hurt his hand just in his jersey. Like,
There's gonna be more to
I've
that
never
story.
heard anything like that from him.
We
But
lost him.
anyways, I mean, yeah, I mean, with again no
Duncan
Hero,
Duncan
with
is not making shots, but he's doing some other stuff. Like he's being creating and driving to the basket and finding guys also. But the thing that we are paying him to do, that is to make threes, the threes aren't falling, man. I don't know what
I
happened to him.
know, I
I mean,
know.
it's like contract with that
Yeah,
mindset again, like Whiteside. Like
that's like
I
a
don't know, I
curse.
mean. It's definitely a curse. I mean, just last night during this loss, again, the first half was beautiful. The third quarter strike back, and then I don't know, guys. I'm noticing Max Juice trying to take like the ball. He tried to be like the hero role. Like he
Yeah.
tried to like take control of the ball more, which towards the end definitely did not pay off with that air ball. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Bam at the
God.
clutch, a 3 pointer. Bam with two threes at the clutch. I don't know, like that describes the season. How that ended so far. I
I
mean,
thought
The fact
I
that we have to have
I
damn
thought they were going to
threes.
give. Yeah. I thought they were going to give the band the ball the whole just to close the game,
right.
and they didn't do that.
I think the point was for him to take over, but not like that. Not by
Yeah.
three. It's by doing what he's special,
Yeah.
like was skilled at, getting to the
Yeah.
basket,
Going to the paint. Yeah.
trying to. I mean, Towns was fouled out, I think. So it
Mhm.
was just him against Gobert, and Gobert. We lost with Gobert free throws in the clutch. I
Yeah.
never thought that day would come.
Go bear free
Gobert,
throws. God.
like,
Yeah. 4 out
and
of
his
4. That was
and
crazy.
his percent isn't even that good, and he made both, of course.
I know. Go bear definitely can't shoot free throws. Like, that's how we lose? That's how we lose? That
One
explains
thing
the season right there.
One thing that had me worried was the rebounding battle
Hmm.
because of the Karl Anthony Towns and Gobert, but we won that actually.
I was
Right,
gonna
yeah.
say, does anybody know the numbers on that?
I think it was
You can see right
46 to
here.
41 total.
I know. I feel like that attributes mostly to all the mysteries they had in the first half. So okay, we were
All right,
snagging
so
that. We were snagging that game.
I got the stats right here. Total rebounds. Miami got 46 total rebounds compared to their 40 last night. We got 12 offensive rebounds compared to their 6. So
Yeah,
rebounds, the Heat did well with, but again, it was the game of runs, and Timberwolves went on a like 20-5 run. Like it was around
Yes,
there.
it was a 27-5.
Right, there you go. Like that, like the third quarter strike back, and I'm hoping there's one day where it's always a clean game like it was in the first half usually. Because if
yeah,
you guys remember back in the day, like in the Big Three era, the first half was all like bad actually. Like it was always bad in the first half, as if like we're playing with the opponent, and the second half was always all Heat. But now it's
I
the
yeah.
remember
opposite.
Like winning time.
Right, now it's the opposite.
literally.
Now it's all Heat in the first half, and then again back to backs killed us with half our team being injured out. We're playing with all of our bench, two-way players. Bud and Hero, they're in Miami, relaxing, chilling. Yurt is out for like 3 months or the whole season. Depot, who knows when Depot's back. Robinson, who knows when he's back with his. I don't know what's up with him, but our team is
Oh yeah,
playing.
on top of Robinson's hurt hand, he has a tweaked ankle now.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So this team is just filled with injuries at the. I don't know if this is the right or wrong time because we're in November. Thank God we're not like in March or April where it's close to playoff time.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
I'm happy this is happening now because the deadline is not until February. So we still have time to figure some stuff out and to see like how we can improve this team before the trade deadline. Because I don't see Robinson staying past February, in my opinion.
I'm saying, hold on now. We have been saying Doug Robinson isn't going to get traded for like the past 3 years now, and I've been watching the time clock go every offseason, every trade deadline. I've been looking at packages. I'm like, oh, he's there. Like my heart was hurting. I'm like, oh, he's definitely going to go. He's definitely going to be out of here, and he somehow stays. I think it's because of his bad contract, but
It's because of the contract. It's
Yeah,
because of
it's
the
definitely because of
value.
the
I mean,
contract.
right.
but
I
I
mean, on Twitter, people are saying that we're only playing him to try to bring up his value, but I
but
have
I
to
think now that Max can do everything he did and more, he's kind of like an
right,
asset to trade
right.
because and he's not making threes. That's the other thing.
I mean, again, the road trip was rough. He had to take more of a bigger role. Him and Laurie. Laurie's been playing 11 minutes. Credit to him with Hero and Butler out.
Yeah,
So Laurie, he's been doing his really best, but he's not getting a lot of help, especially with his bench players.
Oh yeah,
Struess,
no.
I mean, Struess is been playing a lot more. Like he brought up his average by 1 point. He was averaging 14 points. Now it's up to 15 points. Bam was at 19 points. Hero was still at 19 points. Both at 20 points. So this whole team overall, the scoring balance is like half the team is scoring is right there. We don't have like one player averaging 30 points like Philadelphia or the Hawks. How Trey Young's averaging like 25 points. Like, this whole team is well balanced, But that's kind of the problem because if you have half the team out, who's gonna step up for these kind of games?
Yeah, and like I said, now the Max have a different role with all the injuries. They're asking him to do more. Um, that could be like a tire factor for him at the end of games,
Yeah, and you could tell with his
making those
jump shot.
decisions.
You could
Yeah,
tell with his shooting, he's not jumping as high. He's always hitting the front
that
rim.
that air ball at the end. Yeah,
Exactly. And the same time at Cleveland, I think it was the game before Minnesota at Cleveland. Like most of his shots, he made a few, but a lot of his bricks were always front rim. Like he didn't have his legs that night. Like
and
Yeah, Struce really hasn't been playing. I honestly, Struce hasn't been playing that good recently. I don't know what's up with him. Like he's been shooting like six for 27, like not 30, 8 for 30. He's not putting up
right,
30 shots a game,
it's
but
the
y'all get
fatigue.
what I'm saying.
It's the fatigue
Honestly,
by
it
now.
has to be.
I
and
mean,
um, what was about Jovic? He
right.
wasn't playing at the end of the game also.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh, that makes me so upset because he needs to be playing. Why did we draft him?
One of our biggest run was with him on the floor.
yeah, I mean, during that game, watching Jovic, since it was noticeable how his shooting wasn't there that night, he was able to play like point Jovic. He
Hmm.
gave nice
I do
assists.
like that. I
He
do
gave
like
nice assists. He like for a 19-year-old, his IQ with playmaking is pretty impressive. I have to admit.
Yeah, he
that.
has a really good IQ. And he was running the point at some point, running the fast break, finding guys, finding Max for two big threes. That was good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And
I see a lot of promise in Jovic. I'm not gonna lie.
yes,
And he's playing good next to Ban too. You
mm,
can see some chemistry
that
there.
has some debate because Jovic has been starting next to Bam only because the opponents have length. If the opponents that are versing don't have much length, like maybe the Wizards game tomorrow, they don't have a lot of length except for Porzingis. Tomorrow I could see possibly
Maybe.
Martin starting again, or unless we want to play around with Jovic until the team gets back healthy. Because Butler,
Mm-mm.
because in the post-game conference where exposed to, he sounded like desperate enough where he would play Butler and Hero even if they're not 100% healthy.
I
Because
think it's a
yeah,
yeah. Go ahead.
because I mean, looking at his facial expression, his facial expression is just like Heat fans. I mean, we're only November, 7 for 11, 12th place. We still have a lot ways to go, but he's almost in the same boat as us. So he wants to figure things out fast because of how bad we're doing now. There's no shows in ESPN that the Heat are not getting that much notice now because of how bad we're playing. Because the Jazz, they're like the top of the story because how damn impressive they've been doing. The Celtics, they had like a game winning streak, but other teams have improved. In Miami, they ran it back,
We're just
and
plateauing. It's
and
tough.
again we're mediocre. The
And we
same thing
weren't getting
over.
we weren't getting that much coverage before when we were good. Now imagine that we
I
are not
mean,
winning.
I have to admit, I remember Bam, Haslam, Hero. Those like some of our players got coverage on NBA Today, ESPN, because we were first place with our bench carrying us. With Bam, Laurie, Bam, Laurie, and Butler missing too many games, our bench stepped up. But again, we had the same team. We only lost Tucker. We re-signed Depot, who's not playing because he's rehabbing again. Yurt is out, and Deadman's Deadman. So because we're running it back, other teams improved. That's that's taking a toll on us right now.
Literally, I feel like we would be a lot better if Victor Oladipo was playing right now. Like if Victor Oladipo was playing right now, I promise you, he would give us 25 a night
I don't know about 25 night, but I would be. I mean, right now with his injury history, I'll be okay with at least 15 in the game
at
from
least. I'll be fine
Depot
with it.
And we
because
were hoping that
I
was like
know,
our X factor
right? I
going
mean,
into the season. And now that injury is like, come on.
I mean, I honestly don't remember how we got injured again.
It's a knee tendonitis. I think it happens when you have a big injury in your other knee. The other one tends to.
Right, but was it like during the preseason, off
Yeah,
season,
I think it was during
the
training camp.
training camp? Because
Yeah,
Probably.
I was gonna say.
because
I think it's definitely
because
off season.
I mean, because if you look at the games he's played, he missed a lot of games because of his injury history. And I thought last year was our year because Depot wasn't playing pretty good, Butler wasn't playing like a superstar, Bam's been playing decent. But the only issue is Laurie was not there. Laurie Hero,
Yeah,
health, man. What can you do?
Hero with that injury too.
I mean, I have no
But
doubt. I mean, I obviously have no doubt that once Bo and Hero come back, Miami will figure things out. They could possibly fix the rotations, lineup, players off the bench could change. I don't know, but this team needs to retool, get back on track. They're back at home. It's a chance to get back in the win column.
no, I think when Butler and Hero get back, they will figure some things out. Will play better, but there is like another issue more like is the team doesn't seem to have like an identity, uh, and
Right.
that
I
happened.
was gonna say, what do you mean
You
by
could
that?
see that before the injuries with a rough start. I mean, we had some silver lining with the three victories in a row and over Phoenix and everything, but then the injuries caused that setback, and now it's like starting from zero when they get back. But some kind of change needs to happen because yeah,
Something.
once they get back, we'll be better, of course,
Mhm.
but we won't be where we want to be.
Right. So, like for example, back when Phoenix came to Miami, I had the privilege of going to that game because I go to FIU and it was like FIU takeover night. So I was there, and it was almost a similar issue. The Heat started off okay, our defense was okay, and then the third quarter came back, and that was Phoenix. Yes, Phoenix came back. The defense was right back on track. The shooting was there, the same normal Heat game, and then again, who saved us towards the end? Butler with his defense.
Jimmy Buckets.
If Butler was not there, that would have been an L.
Yeah,
So I mean, again, if Butler was playing, Hero was playing, this road trip this season would have been a lot different. But how can you expect to win when you're playing with all your bench players, your two-way contracts?
yeah, that's true.
Lowry, who's getting old, Stu's trying to take the ball over more, a rookie trying to see how to fit in with the team. I mean, how do you expect to win games when no one's healthy and it's hard to just like be intact? You know?
Honestly, like I haven't been too mad about how our season is going just because we have so many injuries in the beginning. But it's still so painful to see. Like it's not even like we've been getting blown out. Like the Warriors lost a game
Yeah.
similar. Like most of their players are injured, and they
Hmm.
lost by 40 last night. We only lost by 4. Like it's just painful to see how competitive these games are, and we're just throwing them
Right.
away.
Yeah,
I mean,
the only really bad game was the Cleveland game.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that
Oh
Cavs
God,
game.
don't
I
remind
mean,
me.
that team. Oh my, that loss hurt me more because they had a player we could have had easily, but
Yeah,
Pat
I was
Riley,
thinking the
he's.
same thing.
I mean,
I
that
was thinking like,
team.
man, I wish we had Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, I mean, that team. They just found ways to get to the basket. They're able to attack our zone, cut. They made their shots. Our only issue was that we played zone, I think, too much. Maybe man to man would have been helpful slightly, but I don't mean
But we
think
didn't even have Ban in that game.
exactly. We had Deadman, we had Jovic, I think more. I mean, right now the Cavs are third place. The shocking team right now is slightly the Bulls, who are just above us at 11th. The Philadelphia's at 9, who Tucker is not thriving in there, by the way.
I
I,
know. I feel
I,
like
guarantee,
PJ Tucker would be so great for us right now.
I guarantee you we're missing a Tucker role. And he
Yeah,
went there for more money. This is a perfect example of going to a team for money because the past recent games, 0 points in like 35 minutes he's been playing.
yeah,
Zero points.
and if you see how he played last season, it's like Spoelstra unlocked him. Like
Yeah,
he using
exactly.
so different ways, so
Exactly.
many different
I,
ways.
I mean, our development team knew like they know how to unlock these different skills in different players because each player has certain skills that they could help with the team. And Spoelstra just he unlocked Tucker, but Tucker feels like he's being locked down in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and I mean he's not getting any younger. And when I saw him playing like that, I was like, hey, that's what it feels to play like under a good coach. You didn't do anything like that before, in
Hmm.
your other teams.
I know he's back to corner three ball Tucker.
Yeah,
So here, I
exactly.
got a question for you guys. So right now, our current lineup with half our team out, It's Laurie, Struess. Who'll be the small forward right now at the starting lineup?
Honestly, honestly, if we were to, if we were, all right, if we were to take Struce out, I feel like, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say. I like Jovic as the power forward more than I do Hayward Highsmith.
I don't want to see
Yes.
Highsmith on the floor, man.
Highsmith is just, to
No,
me,
no, no.
Give me
I do not want
headaches.
to see. I do not want to see him on the floor at all. Keep
Yeah, I
him
don't
on the
know.
bench.
he and Dedman. I mean, Dedman has his games, but
Yeah,
Highsmith is there. I mean, honestly, to give him credit, he was there slightly for the Wizards game with all those rebounds. But I can't believe that one game, Kuzma was like 2 for 15, and one of the shots was a clutch shot.
yeah.
Literally,
That was such a heat moment.
I didn't understand why he was so alone in that corner, man.
because Kyle Lowry left him.
Yes,
That's
he
our
was
biggest
alone,
problem.
And
and
then he was like, I don't know, um,
because
saying,
normally for
I don't
a
know, he was telling to the other guys, hey, what happened? I think it was you who had to cover him.
right, because normally for a team like the Wizards, their best player is arguably Bradley Beal. So we expected
Hmm.
him to get the final shot. And I'm not sure if they looked at the stat sheet, but Kuzma obviously had a rough shooting night, so he was less percentile to get the ball. But
Yeah,
as a
they were
smart
too focused on
right,
Bill. That's
but
right.
as a smart IQ player, Bradley Beal found Kuzma open and he took his chance. He made the shot. It's over. We got to deal with the disappointment. But
Well, that was to send it to overtime, right? So,
yes, overtime.
Hmm.
But then again, we had seven players playing. We had no legs, and the Wizards just ran away with the win. But it was embarrassing on their front because they almost lost to a team again with seven players. After
yeah.
I
they're
know.
fully healthy too. So I think it props to this Heat team on this road trip. They're injury prone and injury prone. They're undermanned heavily. But all these games, they weren't blowout except for the Cavs game.
And
Everything
it,
else was pretty close, but fatigue kicked in and we
yeah,
couldn't close it out.
yeah, that's true. That's like the bright side.
Yes,
And
so I've no doubt when Butler comes back, Hero comes back, Depop, no doubt this team will be back on track.
Oh,
But
definitely.
this team being 12th place, this I mean, it's obvious why we're that bad.
Tyler has been out for a while now, and before the injuries, with the three victories in a row, Struz was filling his role. It was working when Jimmy was there and everybody was there. So how do you think Tyler fit once he comes back?
Well, we all know how much he wants to be a starter, right?
Yeah,
And we
I mean
all
he earned it.
yes, he definitely earned it. But how did he earn it? Exactly. He was
Uh,
Who we
playing
talking about?
Hero.
Mm.
Exactly. So how did Hero earn his starting role?
By scoring. That's what he
By
does. Oh,
scoring off
like
the bench, by being a
that's his
six man of
thing.
the year.
yeah,
So
Hmm.
I'm thinking, and I don't know if people are gonna agree with me, but once you're fully healthy, I want to see the lineup of Laurie, Struess, Butler, Martin, and Bam, Hero, and Depot off the bench. I want to see how Hero helps the team off the bench because he earned the starting role by being six man of the year
yeah.
and with that unit. So I want to see
Well,
how he plays again off the bench.
we need to see how he's gonna take that because
I mean,
he
if he,
was
I mean,
pretty
He's not
vocal
gonna like
saying,
it.
I
He's
know he
not
won't
gonna
like
like it
it,
at all.
but he got the money like he earned it, and if he has to, I believe he will do it if it helps the team win.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he won't like it, but I think if he's asked to do it, he'll put the team first.
I
But
mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think he's there.
unless
I don't think they're gonna send him to the bench right away. I think they're gonna try play him like when he comes back. They're gonna leave him in the starting lineup to see how it goes,
mhm,
and then if it's still not working,
right.
maybe like
I
that's
mean,
the solution.
Hero.
Honestly, I don't
Um,
think we're gonna move him to the bench at all. Like Eric is such a stubborn coach with his lineups. I doubt he's going to the bench at all.
yeah, I mean that's honestly like
And
a
if Deepa comes back, there is less necessity to put him in the bench, Tyler.
sure because Depot could be the scorer that we're missing off the bench,
Mm-hmm.
and Yurt could have been the missing rebounder off the bench. But
Correct.
Yurt's out for either 3 months up to the rest of the season. And right now, our only bigs are Highsmith, Jovic, Bam, and Deadman. So we could be looking at a possible replacement for Yurt, whether that's I don't know any free agent out there that's taller than six
I
foot
forgot we
ten.
signed Orlando Robinson.
Yes, him too. He's been oh my god. When you say his name, the one thing that comes to my mind is that 3 pointer in Washington. Like what the hell, man?
Why would you shoot that? Like you're not a big time player for us. Play your
Yeah.
role.
I mean, I don't know. Thank God that was a foul, and I don't remember if he made those shots and free throws, but that game and this whole road trip describes the season right now. So I've no doubt that once our team comes back fully healthy, maybe we could change up our game plan, possible change up the rotation, which brings me to this. So right now our lineup expected when we're healthy is Laurie, Hero, Butler, Martin, and Bam, right? Do you guys see that lineup changing at all once you're fully healthy if to find out ways to win games like how we did towards the end of the season last year?
Um,
No.
yeah,
Honestly, no. The way Eric coaches, the lineup's not moving at all. Because I know Bam doesn't want to swallow his pride and move to power forward. I know Tyler doesn't want to go to the bench. Jimmy's the only one that's really flexible with it. Like Jimmy has to play the power forward now, quote unquote, play power forward now. Like Jimmy's the only one that's moving. But yeah, besides actually, yeah, nothing's changing. The lineup's staying the same.
All right,
I would like to see Jowish the starter lineup, and
at the
I would
four.
love it. I would
at the
love it.
four, yeah. And Caleb could be a burst from the bench. But I
Yeah,
don't know if Eric is gonna stay with that.
I mean,
Honestly.
There is like a trust factor, I think, with Jovic.
right.
Hmm.
He's
Hmm.
not quite there yet with him, so
I mean, again, like I mentioned before, it depends on who we're versing and based on the team's length. Because if we're versing a team like the Cavs or like the Jazz who have length in the power forward and center position, the Heat are going to play the tallest players in the lineup, like Jovic, possibly the four, because he spaces the floor as well, and Bam at the five, or it could be Martin at the four and Bam at the five. No matter what, I think Bam is going to start the five all season. The only thing that will change
Hmm.
constantly is the four and the two, depending on
Yeah.
how we go.
would you like to see
Honestly,
Max playing next to Tyler, like Laurie, Tyler, Max, Butler, and Bam?
no. I hate that lineup.
That
I
did
hate it.
happen, but I don't want to see it again.
Me either.
I mean, there's also a question I posted on Twitter a while ago. Should we bench Laurie and start Gabe at the one?
What?
Why would we
There
do
was
that? That's
there
so
was
so funny. Why would
there
we
were
do that?
talks about that. Just to see how things would go. There were people who were speculating Laurie at the bench with that bench unit and Gabe with the starting unit.
I mean,
But I don't.
I can see Kyle coming off the bench because of the age, and I think it'll be better for him. But if we have like um a better point guard than him, I mean, no disrespect to Gabe, he's great,
Honestly,
but
Gabe Vincent's a dog.
yeah, but I don't think Kyle would appreciate going to the bench and change his role with Gabe.
Right. And also just a few more notes just to keep things going. So on my last bullet note, it says possible moves. So what moves do you guys possibly think us doing before the deadline to improve this team if we have to?
Um, I don't think we're getting Jay Crowder. I don't see it. I don't see a reunion with Jay Crowder. But I do know. I you know what. I do know that we need a power forward. But I would love for us to get a legit 7 foot center, like a real big man. Like if we got a legit 7 foot center and move Bam to the four. Who's stopping us down low? Because Bam
Yeah,
can already block shots at an amazingly high rate.
Right.
Who's stopping us?
I don't
Our
think
threes, possibly.
I don't think Jay Crowder is the answer to our problems either. But and I wouldn't like to trade for him actually.
You would like to
Um,
or wouldn't like
no,
to?
I wouldn't like
You
to.
wouldn't like to?
And
I
I
was gonna
think
say I feel like we would have to give up too much.
what the Adrian said is great, and I think a good fit for that could be Miles Turner.
Yes.
Um, from the Indiana
or John
Pacers.
Collins, because John Collins was
Oh,
also, because the Hawks also looked to move him. I don't know if you guys saw, like a couple weeks ago, Shams tweeted out about the Hawks looking to trade John Collins or to move him.
Yeah, yeah, that would be good too. So
And
Miles Turner will be great for our defense, and it could let Bam play freely. Like
hmm
I think it's a good
and
fit.
obviously back in the Jay Crowder front, obviously, if we're doing it via trade, only if it involves just Doug Robinson and maybe one player deep from a bench, but no picks
Yes.
involved and no one else. But our best possible scenario to get Crowder, if we do get him, would be if he got bought out by Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because
most
I
likely.
heard on Twitter, I get all my stuff on Twitter. I heard from an article I heard from an article on Twitter that the easiest way for Crowder to come to Miami, for both, cap wise and just everything wise, would be if he got bought out, because all off season he's been commenting on Heat stuff, replying to Heat stuff. He's been engaging with Heat content on Twitter, Instagram. So I do believe he wants to come back. He's not playing in Phoenix, so I don't know how he could help a team right now. But again, when he played in the bubble, that was the bubble. I don't care. To me, he has the leadership. He's a vet. He is decent on threes, but but watching him play in the bubble with our team, I just liked his leadership. No matter who's scoring, I believe that we need a starting four caliber player, and Crowder, Martin. I believe Crowder would be a decent starting four. So I don't know how
Yeah.
that's gonna go, but his leadership is there. He's a vet. He knows the game. Come at me.
And
honestly, in my
the
opinion,
actually the buyout will be the perfect scenario for him to get here to get to Miami. But and actually and yeah, I don't want to trade him for picks or anything.
How about you, Gideon?
mhm. Oh yeah. Honestly, yeah. I we already don't have picks as it is, and assets wise, I mean, honestly we do have a lot of bums on the bench. So I mean, asset wise, I feel like only people I'm willing to give up for Jay Crowder would have to be Duncan Deadman. Uh,
Highsmith.
Hi, woo! I almost forgot about him. Duncan Caleb, not Caleb. Duncan Deadman Highsmith. Uh, Reluctantly, we'd have to be getting some real nice. We'd have to be getting some real nice for Gabe to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, a buyout would be the best option because unless it's a straight up trade or a Deadman Duncan trade, I don't see it. I don't like it either.
See either. I was really upset alone that we re-signed Dedman. I was hoping that we would sign someone younger, but this should be Dedman's last year with us. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
That
Unless
is
he
true.
leaves by February, who knows? But right now, again, we're 7 of 11. Half the team injured. How can you win with your bench players and a bunch of two-way contracts when your best players are out? We are 1-7 away. 1-7 away on a 7 game road losing streak, and we are 6-4 at home. Last year at this time we were, I believe, like 12-6. So the only thing that changed was us again losing Tucker and other teams around us getting better. We ran it back because we went to the Eastern Conference Finals because thinking that our bench would be there to help us a lot more. But how can you do anything helpful for your team if teams that are up there in the standings, like Celtics, Bucks, Cavs, Pacers, even the Wizards, all improved, and we hashtag run it back.
Yeah, and we thought that we were going to have a healthy Victor Oladipo, healthy Omar Jurseven. I mean, we wanted to see Bam playing next to Yurt, right? So
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that
we
because Jordan is such a good player. Like I watched your all summer league, and you're honestly never messed up. He never did a thing wrong.
yeah,
He could space the floor. He could shoot. He could rebound.
it
Even in
was
the
funny,
NBA last season, when we had him start for what, like the 13, 14 game stretch, he had a double
yeah.
double every game. Like
And
right?
when we that's a different from last year to this year. Like when we had all those injuries last year, and all those guys step up, like Gabe, Caleb, Struce, Yurt, and it's not happening right now the same way.
I mean,
at all.
again, how can you win with other teams around you improved and you stay the same? And again, it was the bench players that really stepped up, not our best players. So that's what makes a big difference now.
Yeah, they are not bench players anymore. Yeah.
All right, so our next game we are hosting the Wizards twice in a row. One tomorrow at our house at 7:30 p.m. and then again Friday at 8 p.m. Both at home against the Wizards. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah. I think we'll get revenge on the Wizards. I hope so.
I
Um,
hope so, especially
that
since we're
game
at
really
home.
hurt because we had it. We had it, and so I would like to see them winning that game. I don't know if some of our guys are coming back. Probably Gabe will be back.
Right. I would expect Gabe and or Butler to come back, even if they're not 100% healthy. Because like Spoelstra said, if the players aren't healthy, but they can play, he's at the point where he just wants to play them right now.
We
I, I,
need them right now.
I saw a news that before the road trip, they saw Tyler Hero like going through her routine,
Right.
putting up
Yeah.
some shots, and he looked fine. So I don't know what is
Right.
happening there.
Spoelstra said he looks fine, but he's not quite there yet. In quotation marks, he's not there yet, but he's improving. So I would expect him to to either come back during his two-game homestand against the Wizards, because after that we're at the Hawks and then at Boston twice. So we got a very exciting schedule on the way. So these next two games at Wizards, I mean at home versus the Wizards, we need to get these two games
Yeah,
at home.
we
So
need
to give us some hope and excitement for this team, because right now everyone in my DMs are trashing this team, saying we suck and everything, and it's my job to keep you guys motivated, and that's hard inside for me enough.
yeah.
But I do anyways because this is my team for the past 12 years, and yeah, I mean half a team injured. Once we're fully healthy, I do believe we'll get back on track.
Yeah, we need to take
Honestly,
advantage. Yeah,
it
go
is
ahead.
okay because no, my bad. Go ahead.
Go for it.
Uh,
Go for it.
no, I just wanted to say that we need to take advantage of those home games because the two in Boston are not going to be easy. And so just to get some breathing, um, and start something out of there. Like if we get our main guys back and we get these two wins in a row, we might get some momentum.
Just a teeny bit,
I
but it's
believe
okay.
you.
I do have hope in our team because I have seen worse. All right, when we were solely dependent on Josh Richardson and Justice Winslow and Rodney Magruder and Luke Babbitt to show up. So I mean,
Luke Babbitt. Oh my God.
Luke Babbitt, I know y'all forgot about that. Luke
That sharpshooter.
Babbitt. I know our quote unquote big man sharpshooter. Yeah, I have seen a worse Heat team in recent years. So I mean, I still have faith in us. Maybe we'll have a late season turnaround just like the Celtics did. As long as we
Mhm.
beat the Celtics these two games, if we beat them back to back, I'm fine with the rest of the season. I'm fine with how the rest of the season goes. It's fine with me.
That's
I
a really
mean,
good example, the Adrian, the one that last season the Celtic had like a turnaround season at the middle of the season, and it could happen for us too.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we're at Boston twice after at the Hawks. I mean, Boston just lost their eight-game winning streak, but the fact that they had an eight-game winning streak with this new head coach, that tells you how good of a team they
Well,
are.
no, obviously they added Malcolm Brogdon, Blake Griffin.
Right. Blake
Uh,
Griffin, come on.
oh god, some other random pieces, but I mean, they moved a little.
I mean,
Yeah,
Tatum,
they have a different coach and they don't have Robin Williams right now either.
right, but they do have an all-star duo in Tatum and Brown,
Mhm.
which is why, I mean, they have that duo, they play as a team. They're doing everything right to win games, except for last night. But
And
Boston,
those two, Jason and Jalen aren't shooting the three like really well, but the rest of the team is. So that's a
yeah.
difference.
So right now, our main focus is to get back to Miami, regroup, retool, get back on track. We are hosting the Wizards twice, once tomorrow at 7:30, and then on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern at our house. The Heat again are 7 of 11, 12th place, 6-4 home. So hopefully we'll become 8-4 after these next two games. And that's basically where we stand right now. Hopefully we get our players back, a full roster. If we have to change up our lineup or rotation, a game plan, whatever it takes to win games, we'll get there eventually. We're only like 18, 17 games in. People are panicking, but I'm chilling because we have a long way to go. Do you guys have any more predictions for how this week could go?
Um, all he wins. All he wins. That's it. That's it. We're gonna win
I'm
every
meant to
game.
Yeah, I just want to see our best guys come back and ride the ship.
Right. All right. So this is we're nearing towards the end of the episode. I'm your host, Jeremy, He Culture, with Raphael and Adrian, the two newest members of He Culture. Welcome, you guys. Hoping to have a lot of progress with you guys and my other members of He Culture. And yeah, episode 3, it's going to be up soon on our channel and on Spotify. The link will be on my story soon. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any episode. Because there's some fun stuff coming along with some special guests that are sort of secretive. So when that happens, you'll find out who it is. So episode 3, peace out, guys. Thanks for joining.
So thank you.
Woo.